have a chance. You goddamn crocodile! Go back to the fucking Florida! Go back to the Florida, you fucking crocodile! Welcome to... Welcome to... Welcome to... ザ・リーガルマインドセットさんチャンネルどのパフパフはいです。
What's up, everybody? It's Andrew Esquire here. Legal Minds teacher to be your own judge. I was here last night and I was about to go to bed and I got a text from my brother and he was like, Joe Biden just stepped down. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was about to go to bed. So I was absolutely exhausted. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to deal with this tomorrow. It's tomorrow now. We're dealing with this and we're doing a quick stream on this. Now we're just going to go through, the things we know so far, some comments on the potential, are there potential legal challenges? What are some questions which are very interesting, whether they're legal, whether it's just from a pure, like, is this right? Did this happen? Was this done the right way? So there's some questions we'll talk about today. And of course, some memes. There's a lot of memes. So I've got quite a number of those as well for you here today. But it's good to see everybody here today. Hope you guys are doing well. I know it's a little late. My voice is a little rough. So please do excuse that. It's a little, I think I was around somebody that I know was kind of sick, so I'm hoping I'm not getting sick. But if it happens, it happens. I'm a little bit concerned it may. So I'm going to be taking it easy today. It's also the last day my brother's here, so I'm going to try to spend some time with him before he gets out of here. But yeah, it's good to see everybody here today. Not, once again, I normally don't cover political topics, but there's certain things like the assassination of Trump, the assassination attempt of Trump, or a U.S. president stepping down essentially and saying, hey, I'm not running, I'm not getting out of office, right? Which is one thing, but I'm no longer running in the campaign for re-election. I'm done. That's a major world event that impacts the world. It impacts the perception of the world. And those are the exact type of topics that I like to cover, kind of the big ticket items, not the small stuff. Have I got the Jovid, right? And the It's Jover memes just flowing like water. Legal Mindset is resigning from the channel. Yes. It'll now only be the Regal Mindset. It'll now only be the Regal Mindset. And Eagle asking the question that a lot of people are asking. My clipper, Eagle, what? Shout out. Totally base, Chad. And thank you, Eagle, for getting the clips from the other day up. Guys, I try to get my clips up as soon as possible, and Eagle is instrumental to helping me with that. But if he's not fit to run for a second term, is he fit to complete his current term? That's an important question because, you've got almost a year, like this half a year left, on the clock for old Joe here. Is he even fit to finish that? Does he have to step down now? Shouldn't he? Right? Or is that just so any of the flack is absorbed by Joe instead of Kamala? So anything that goes wrong, he will take the blame for that and Kamala will be absolved for that because he's in the driver's seat, right? So a lot of questions on that one. That's a very good question, though, and thank you, Eagle, for asking that one. Elwin said it's only half a year. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with 2024? I don't know. It's going crazy so far. I kind of love it. I kind of like it. It's a little chaos. It's like Deha says, the DNC is a great entertaining shit show. 2024, I can say, has been an entertaining shit show. I actually have enjoyed it so far. It's been interesting. Down the V rabbit hole says Joe Biden graduating, his only gen mate, Trump, left. Yes, that's right. That's right. The gen was Biden Trump, and he's graduating and leaving Trump stranded, the sole one in his generation. Yes. I'm not actually joking with you guys because I posted this on X. Let me go to my post here so you guys see. So when I first saw this, I actually thought this was like a Niji Sanji or a Hololive or a Vishojo, like graduation notice or something like that, like something from a major corporation. I absolutely did think when I saw this on X, at first thought that this was somebody graduating from a VTuber agency. I'm not making this up. I legitimately thought that. And then I looked at it and I'm like, oh no, it's Joe. Because one thing that is conspicuously missing from this is there's no presidential seal. There's no there's nothing to this. This is like a bare naked letter, right? This is something that like you or I could do in Word in like 10 minutes, right? You've been VTuber pilled. Yes. I have. I have been thoroughly groomed by VTubers. You can clip that. The VTubers have groomed me into believing everything is a graduation notice. Biden knew he was no match for Hulk Hogan. I mean, I saw that. Hulk gave a good speech. Canuckers for 10 says, what's your take on the Democrats perfectly waiting to do this so they can choose their own candidate instead of running primaries and actually running debates, etc.? This is what we're going to talk about. So regardless of whether or not there's a legal challenge, there's now a legitimacy challenge, because the thing is, especially the Democratic Party, it pushes itself and it prides itself as a party of the people. So now you have to say this is the party of the people which did not select Kamala Harris, which did not deal with that through primary debate or everything else, right? The choosing of Kamala Harris, saying, okay, it's going to be a bunch of elites and a bunch of party representatives, the delegates, that choose who is the next president. And by the way, all of the Democratic chairs of the 50 state parties have endorsed Kamala, right? And let's be clear real quick here too, right? Our girl Hillary, and I say that in a very ironic way, has endorsed Hillary, right? Hillary has endorsed Kamala. And I'm going to read these statements. I'm going to read the statement from Hillary and the statement from Biden. We're going to read all that. But you know who hasn't? Obama, right? So I'm just saying, like, there's possibility for friction within the elites, right? So there's possibility old Michelle can get her self in that slot at the convention. You don't know. We don't know yet. No, it's possible. It's possible. For 6 bullets, we're going to saw someone say the signature not belong to Joe. We're going to get into that. I'm going to cover that. We're going to cover this real closely, and then we're going to look at it. I've got the photo. We're going to zoom in. You guys tell me. Geo Rockman says, Andrew, I'm just got to be honest. If anyone can bring back the $5 foot long subway deal permanently, they got my vote. It's going to be hard. But sometimes you just need that foot of sandwich. You know, you just need that foot of sandwich. Valrouge Larfox, welcome as a new member. Welcome as a member of the RPG. And our next stream will be the member stream. I was gonna just do the member stream today, but because this Biden graduation thing is kind of a bigger deal, and that's kind of a something that needs to go out to everybody, we're gonna talk about that first. We're gonna do that first. Steve C says 2024 Chai DNC, more chaos or less chaos than 1986 Chai DNC. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nuts. I think it's gonna be a lot of politicking, a lot of stuff going on, although they'll try to get the fix in before they go to the convention, before the convention is completed, right? So yeah, but obviously this timing is very suspect. Very, very, very suspect. So, there's it's very, very interesting with the timing and waiting for right before, it's like right before the convention, but after the primaries, right? Stepping down at a very, very interesting time. Mike, so thank you for the 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate you. Absolutely. 100%.
Hello, beso department.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for supporting folks out there. And if you get a gift membership or you're one of those that gets those, please say thank you for receiving those. Bartimus says, watching late night lawyers fills me with sad nostalgia for some reason. Out there could be a soft coup of sorts. If Biden wakes up with this and has been done behind his back, what's the recourse? There's none. And that's the real issue. Like, and I talk about that with a lot of legal issues, is there's no recourse here. Even if, and we're going to go through all the proof, and there's some evidence that's not looking good here. That this is just weekend at Bernie's, that this is just them just, puppeting Biden at this point. That Biden's documents are being signed by Hunter or Jill or somebody else or Kamala herself, whatever. What's the recourse? Well, I mean, at worst, you just get Biden stepping down a couple months early. But at this point, is anybody going to be shocked by that? I mean, is anybody going to be shocked if Biden steps down in the next 3 to 4 months, right? Or if they give power over to Kamala before the election, so Kamala is enforcing things while the election goes down. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff, shenanigans that can go on here, guys. All sorts of shenanigans, and most of them are not the good fun type of shenanigans. But yes, I'm glad you enjoy watching late night lawyers. For me, it's during the day, so it's easier to have these late night streams. I enjoy doing ones both in the late night and the morning. And by the way, a significant number of you like my morning streams that are morning US time, which is my evening. It's always inverted here in Asia. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of more of a mix when I can of streams in the morning and in the evening, because sometimes people want one, sometimes people want the other. Hypnotic says NTR, Beta, Destiny, and Shills are going after Kirsha. I saw that, but literally Destiny, let's just be clear. Destiny is not just a cuck, but he's a bad father, right? He's apparently got pedophilic tendencies because he was, I've seen the messages where he's talking about how a 10-year-old child was hot. He asked somebody to send him pictures of a girl when she was 10 and, was like ogling over that. So, yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good. So yeah, Destiny's kind of made fun of himself. And like I said, I will never interact with that guy, period. NZ says, I forgot to say last stream, but the last clip reminded me, Bay had a tea versus coffee court fight stream. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'll try to check that out. Maybe on our member stream. I'll try to find that one. Tea versus coffee. Thank you. Or you can email it to me. That's even better. Email it to me and we'll show it on my member stream. X Stelmir says, never forget that Hillary Clinton was nominated to booze, and while people chanted for Bernie Sanders, I remember that. So even the delegates weren't necessarily happy about that one. And then I'll read 2 more of these, and then I'll save the rest for after we read through the actual document, right? So Royal Onion says, I think Joe was too stubborn to graduate earlier when he clearly should have. He should have. He should have. There was an ability to step out, but stubborn. I don't know whether he's got that much presence of mind, right? I mean, maybe there's 2 theories. He's like the cranky old guy, like, which we all know, the stubborn, cranky old guy. We know that, right? But the other one is that, they didn't want Kamala to have to do the debates after this, to do the circuit. And they also said, look, if we run Kamala against, for example, RFK could beat Kamala without a doubt, right? So they would have lost that narrative, and that would have undone a lot of at least what they would have done, at least partially, right? Insofar as RFK is critical of the Biden regime's response to COVID. Now, that said, RFK is very much in line with the Democratic Party on, 95% of other issues, but regarding COVID, that would make them look bad. And that's kind of one of the things they brag about, which we're going to get into in this letter. And then last, before we move on, Blue Fire says here, night streams make it hard to catch you live. Not gonna lie. Yeah, no, I get it. I tried to do a mix. And Mazova Palma says, I always viewed Joe Biden's presidency as elder abuse. It looks like it at this point. It really does. All right, so let's get to this letter. And this is a zoomed in version because I want you guys to really see this carefully. And I'll pop myself in the corner here so it even gets larger here. So let's get really close on this one. Okay. So July 24th, first of all, once again, where's the presidential seal? Where's the letterhead? What this looks like, once again, we all can make this in like 10 minutes. My fellow Americans, over the past 3 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Now, guys, with political issues, I really am trying to be as objective as possible, but it's hard not to inject commentary to this. So I am resisting injecting a lot of commentary on this, but I want to read through it first, and then I'll come back and I'll add some comments, okay? Because otherwise I'll be commenting every single fucking line here. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We have made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We have provided critically needed care to millions of veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could be done without you, the American people. We've overcome a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy with a capital D, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as president. While it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of the party and my country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who worked hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have, there's nothing America can't do. And when we do it together, we just have to remember we are the United States of America. And here's the signature, right? The signature. Now pay very close attention to the signature. Okay. So I'm going to now inject some commentary to this. And this is just some general commentary here, right? These are all very subjective opinions because I could go through with every single one of these. And if I wanted to, I could dig down and rebuff all of these. Very few of these are objective statements, right? Other than stuff like, okay, I appointed the first African-American woman, which is, once again, picking a very narrow class of people and then based on race and gender, saying, okay, I did this accomplishment because I checked this racial gender box, which very, very much goes into a particular ideology, which I've talked about on this channel. We've talked about it in multiple places. I think this particular ideology of criteriaism, right, of a person checks the box. Where in here does it say she is a accomplished judge? Where does it here say she is meritorious or whatever else, right? So once again, not really a huge fan of statements like that just because their nature, by their very nature, they're divisive. That said, most of this is very subjective. So I'm not even going to bother rebuffing it because it's a possibility that a lot of this can be argued. Also, I just want to make very clear, this line here, we protected and preserved our democracy. This is very much intended. This has been used in the circles, particularly in the Democratic circles, to imply that Trump is a threat to the democracy. And by him being elected, it protects democracy. That's their line. So that democracy is protected by voting for Democrats. If you vote for Republican, democracy is at danger, right? That is the line that is used. So this is very much a specific attack on Trump. So on the way out, taking that shot there. And other than that, yeah, subjective about getting over the once in a century pandemic. Well, these type of things may crop up more often now that there's labs, right? And now that lab leak is kind of confirmed about what happened here, as well as economic crisis, right? Debatable about the cause and effect there of said economic crisis. And arguably, especially going home and going to America, it's very arguable that Americans are in a better position than they were a decade ago or 2 decades ago. In fact, I think it'd be irrefutably incorrect to say that Americans are in a better position financially on average than they were in the early 2000s or the 1990s, right? Based on factors like inflation, home costs, rental costs, the cost of just basic goods, not necessarily CPI, because CPI is a very managed number. So let's get to some deficiencies with this document. I want to point this out real quick. So this has been sent to me by many, many people, right? Many, many people. And when we're going to get to the fun stuff later, like the memes and all that. But I've gotten this picture from many, many people. And I do think it's worth just showing, right? That this is the signature we have on the one pager by Joe Biden, right? Here's the signature, right? It's like R, it's like looks like a little R right there, and then like Biden's or something versus the signatures here on his last 5 executive orders, right? Now, a couple things could be going on here. First of all, it could be, oh, sorry, wrong meme. Oh God. Oh, that's funny. A couple things could be going on. It could be that I got a lot of memes in this folder. But anyways, it's a Johnny Somali meme. Oh God. Okay, hold on one second, guys. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Wait, hold on. Tab back to that. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. The Johnny Somali meme will never go away. That's actually, by the way, not a meme. That was created by the Japanese news agencies. But anyways, so you've got here these signatures. So 2 things could happen. It could be either this is a stamp or some sort of form signature, like an e-signature, and they're just e-signing all of this, right? Or this was a forgery, right? Or this was somebody else, right? Or maybe this was a stamp, and this is him signing it like for real, like he actually like contemporaneously signed this. So the stamp is out of line with his current signature because Biden doesn't even remember his signature, right? So he doesn't even know how to sign. So there's a lot of things that could be going on now. E-signing is a thing. So if this is just a e-sign for his executive orders and this is him actually signing, I would understand that. But yeah, it is different. It's totally different. It's completely different. It's not even close, right? Not even close. So yeah, it could be dementia, could be age, right? It's not even close with those 2. So I'm of the mind that something's going on there. Now, what exactly that is, of course, we can't tell based on that evidence alone. Right? That's enough. The other thing was there is no presidential seal. There's nothing else on there. So that leads people to ask, okay, is that normal for people to put out stuff like that? Especially when you're the president? It's kind of weird. Kai Guy Nikki, welcome as a new member. Appreciate you. Welcome to the RPG. Also, Douglas Diaz gifting 5 Legal Mindset memberships again. Thank you, Doug, for absolutely being based. Appreciate that. No matter what you say, no matter what anybody says, you are not
Fighting monkey.
in fact, a very, very, very beloved member of this community. Thank you so much, Doug. Appreciate you. Shifting Sign says, as a non-American, I think about what if the shit hit the fan and Trump won't help us with the CCP? The U.S. has every right not to, but it does worry me. See, I highly doubt that. I mean, if you look at foreign policy, Shifting Signs, and once again, I'm trying not to be political here, but from a foreign policy perspective, things were calmer under Trump than Biden, right? I mean, we weren't close to World War III with Russia, right? And comparatively, things with China were de-escalated under Trump, comparatively, right? So I'm actually more, in terms of foreign policy, I'm not as concerned about Trump. And in fact, most people abroad are actually happier with it. In fact, so a lot of my videos, like my videos on the Hoyoverse, have been translated over to Bilibili. And from what I've learned is a lot of the bros over there, they want Trump to get in so they could just piss off the woke liberals that are trying to, change Black Myth Wukong and try to change the Hoyoverse stuff. So it's kind of funny. There's some love for the big T-Dog over there in China with some people. So, but anyways, I do not think there's going to be China issues under Trump. I really don't. right? I really think there's going to be some sea of tranquility, right? I think there's going to be some calm. And yeah, and maybe that's a keep your enemies closer approach, but isn't that ancient wisdom, right? Isn't that a smart thing to do? I don't know. Just that's me just going off of what happened 4 years ago. And look, you can be anti-CCP, but not in a warlike way, right? Countries can compete with economies, not with bullets, right? Not with bullets. So that's just my take there. But thank you for that comment. And once again, I'm not trying to be a Trump stan over here versus like support of the policies. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Trump made some big mistakes during his first term, made some big fuck ups during his first term. And I think there's no bones about that. And particularly, there's points at which with appointments and with Fauci, there's mistakes that were clearly made, right? But that said, in terms of foreign policy, it's night and day. I mean, we have a war in Ukraine that we've pumped billions of dollars into, right? With how many deaths? Right? It's insane. And yes, not all those deaths are American. There have been American deaths, but it's not, it's just something that could have been avoided. Imagine the fallout if they post a letter and say that Biden died of COVID before he addressed the nation. I mean, who knows? That would be chaos though. Battlemate says, what do you mean he missed? Nick Desir, picture for the ages. Polls are going against me everywhere. Yeah, I'm out. Could be that. Chernobyl says this was some Niji Sanji-esque shenanigans. Examine those apostrophes closely. The apostrophes. We're asking us to look at the apostrophes. All right. Yeah, we've gotten yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's a lot of stuff. Also strategic capitalization. Right? Strategic capitalization. The capitalized democracy is a big one as well. Very, very clear. So anyways, good stuff here. Good stuff. Thank you for that. Sibia Collector says, I can't be the only one getting skinwalking vibes from this. I think that's what a lot of people are going with as a theory, right? As the one of the major theories is that this was something that was not put out by him. And I don't think that can be confirmed or denied. It's something like, it's like Yasuke being a samurai. You can't prove it one way or another. Mazrova Palma for 20 illegal mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. And appreciate all of you guys that are helping, supporting, all that good stuff. Let's see. Oh, somebody else. Thank you, Joe, on locals. Let's see. I think I got this post here. Let me see. I think it's safe for me to show. Yeah, I think I can show this. Cool. Thank you so much. So Joe over there and thank you, Mazrova Palma, for those gift memberships. Appreciate it. Very, very based of you. Joe over on locals sent this over, which is just Googling, Joe Biden's signature. I mean, there's some differences there. Yeah, for sure. So it seems like it is looking suspect. But could it still be dementia? Yes, right. Very possible. Very possible. Thank you for that. Thanks. And thank you for everybody who's over there on locals. I see you guys. Joe, Danielle, Max, Repton. See you guys. Appreciate you. Destiny's Oshi is graduating. This is a very, very sad moment. Emperor Creatine says, well, it seems like Joe's bowed out and tagged in Kamala. Wait, what? By God, it's Bernie Sanders. He's cashing in. Stop the damn match. Oh, if Bernie gets in this, it would be very, very interesting. But I think good old Michelle's probably more likely to wade in than Bernie. David Remain says he didn't have to have his favorite word anyway. NZ said, I'm not American, but I do wish you a president under 60, one with a few more years to live and a reason to care. I agree. I wish that we could get somebody a little bit more young and vigorous and somebody new, not just the same people over and over again. I do like that. I do like the new blood, the fresh blood, not the old crusty. Big Leo 3036 says, even with all the stuff in Korea, at the end of Trump's term, they did have a peace treaty renewed between the North and South. Yes, exactly. And you know what the rest of the world is thinking right now? I got a meme for that. Oh, hold on. Sorry, one of the meme videos started playing. Okay, no. I want the meme image. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Sharing this window with you guys. This is pretty good. This is the rest of the world right now. President Xi is like, bro, are you seeing this? Putin's like, dog. And then she's like, yo, hold up. I got somebody calling in right now. Kim Jong-un, bro. I mean, it is like a fucking joke. Like if you live somewhere else in the world and you're looking at this, you're like, dude, what the fuck is going on over there? Oh, it's so good. I love it. I fucking love it. By the way, anyone with Kim Jong-un in it makes me laugh automatically. Like, I mean, for obvious reasons, the Kim Jong-un memes make me laugh very hard. All right. Okay. Let me stop sharing that screen. Get that meme. Also, I'll share this other one. This one's a pretty good one. Just so you guys get a good laugh in here as we go in between stuff. But here's one. I think this was first posted on Mug Club, but over here, Kamala Harris and then Joe Biden excited for National Ice Cream Day. Oh, just can't catch a fucking break. Oh, it's so good. The memes are good today. We're eating good with memes. I'll save another one, but first I got one more that meme that's pretty solid out there. But first we got to get a word from our girl, and this is from you can see here, this is on Hillary Clinton's X, but she just retweeted it. And this is a statement from President Clinton and Secretary Clinton. So Bill and Hillary with the joint statement. Let me get the zoomed in version here so you guys see it. And I like to just show that, hey, it's legitimately from them. So here we go. Here's a statement from President Clinton and Secretary Clinton on July 21st. President Biden has capped his extraordinary career service with a presidency that lifted America out of an unprecedented pandemic, created millions of jobs, rebuilt a battered economy, strengthened our democracy, and restored our standing in the world. By any measure, he has advanced our founders' charge to build a more perfect union in his own stated goal of restoring the soul of our nation. We join millions of Americans in thanking President Biden for all he's accomplished, standing up for America time and time again, with his North Star always being what's best for our country. We are honored to join the president in endorsing Vice President Harris, and will do whatever we can to support her. We have lived through many ups and downs, and nothing has made us more worried for our country than the threat posed by a second Trump term. So immediately going into TDS, because that's what they have to go with here. He has promised to be a dictator on day one, and a recent ruling by his servile Supreme Court. So they're coming out and they're attacking the Supreme Court. So once again, I want to, sorry, I cannot not comment on this, but the Clintons, in their letter, they say, oh, we're protecting democracy, right? But they're attacking a literal branch of democracy, right? It becomes a dictatorship if you don't have checks and balances, a legislative, an executive, and a judiciary, right? Holy fuck. And a recent ruling by the servile Supreme Court will only embolden him to further shred the Constitution. Now is the time to support Kamala Harris and fight with everything we've got to elect her. America's future depends on it. So the Clintons throwing in big with Kamala, going big on Kamala, going deep on the Harris. Yeah. So that is a huge attack on the Supreme Court, and kind of a threat that they may do something to the Supreme Court like court packing, which is something that Biden has threatened, right? Which would be an insane threat to our democracy. It would be a banana republic type thing to do, which I could definitely see a Kamala Harris doing to try to get her way, right? Try to get her way. And yes, guys, please stop sending me this meme. There's too many of you sending this to me. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't want to dock somebody's DMs when I do it. Please stop sending me this meme. I get it. I see it on locals. I see it in my Twitter DMs. I see everybody here sending me this. I get it. I get it. I get it, guys. It's National Ice Cream Day. I got it. I've received it. Also, Sean, what's up? Hello. Hello to you too, Sean. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Enjoyed your coverage of the day. Enjoyed your coverage of the day. And always coverage. Sean's a very good practicing lawyer. It's really crazy when practicing lawyers talk about criminal stuff. It's really fun. It's fun. So yes, I've received this meme, people. I do not need 10 other copies of it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Yes. Yes. I mean, I've also received some anime memes, but it's a little bit, it's a little bit more niche. The deer anime meme is a little bit more niche than the Joe Biden meme. All right. So, just so everyone is clear here, and I'll make this very clear. Kamala has already changed almost everything regarding the Biden infrastructure. So Act Blue, for example, the campaign website already switched over to Kamala, right? So Biden with the endorsement of Kamala, right? Already you're able to give money to good old Harris here. And one of the other big changes that I've noticed that somebody brought up was a change with the Federal Election Commission. And this is one that was very interesting, right? So you've got the Federal Election Commission over here, the FEC, right? And this is an FEC filing for the Statement of Organization. So you see they've already changed from Biden for president to Harris for president. They changed that on 7/21, right? They changed the name here and edited that over. And now the candidate is Kamala Harris and the office out as president. Okay. So affiliated committees, the Harris Victory Fund, the Harris Action Fund. And here we go. There's a Harris Baldwin Victory Fund. So the question is Tammy Baldwin going to be looped in here as a VP pick? Who knows? Who knows? And I confirmed this because this was a post on Twitter. I went to the FEC site myself and kind of confirmed this. So just so you guys see, this is Form 1, right? And you can just zoom in here and you've got the same information. Harris Baldwin Victory Fund. And this is the FEC site, query.fec.org/CGI-bin/forms C001-703-975/180-5326. So yeah, this is actually the website. So obviously you've got that there. Tammy Baldwin is a Midwestern representative. I believe Tammy is she let's see, which senator she's Wisconsin. Sorry, Wisconsin. Didn't want to get that wrong. Mid-Wisconsin. So Tammy Baldwin is the senator from Wisconsin. So is she the VP? Who knows? Yeah, Alec Baldwin. Oh my God, Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I don't think that would go over so well. I don't think Alec would go down so well right now. Let me get your super chats and then we'll roll a meme. There's a good meme. But we got to get super chats first. There's almost 1,000 people in here. By the way, like the video if you like this. If you like this type of content, if you like me just covering news sometimes, because this is not my typical bailiwick, and I try to do it in a very fair way, although politics and anything you cover in politics, you're going to have very strong personal opinions, right? Just let me know. Let me know if you like this type of coverage. Like the video, share it out. Leave a comment. That helps me know what you like in the algorithm. 6 says secretaries are known to sign on behalf of their bosses or use an auto pen. It is equally likely that this is Joe's first signature in years. And that's possible. I'm willing to believe that theory. I'm open-minded as to that. It's simply being Joe has not signed shit in 4 years or 3 years or whatever. And this is one of his few real signatures because he just doesn't really sign stuff, right? It's quote unquote auto pen. Dead Trout, weird that Brandon steps down on International Ice Cream Day. The Illuminati is at work. Indeed. Indeed. Dimia, remember that July is graduation month. Who else is getting graduated this month? It's sad. Sad to see him go. What's next? The Trump graduation? Well, no, they already tried that. But that was the Niji Sanji style graduation. This is more of like a HoloLive graduation, right? Versus they tried to Niji Sanji style graduate Trump, right? Which, yeah, that actually checks out. That reference actually checks out. Juan de la Cruz says, I don't know if this was brought up, but isn't it illegal in some states to change the candidate at some point in time close to election? How are Democrats planning to get an erasement? We're going to talk about that. So there's been articles about that. Like this is an article in CNN. And this was one. And by the way, CNN is very not credible, saying legal experts are dubious of any court challenge to Democrats' move to put forward a new candidate. Now, I normally would never agree with CNN, but this is actually just so basic that it's going to be pretty much correct. It's very difficult to challenge this because technically the only person who's on the ballot is who the party formally makes its nominee. And since they formally haven't made their nominee, this is a little bit of a trick here, but it's going around the will of the people and it's saying, hey, look, technically on the books, it just needs to be the state party, right? And the delegates that make that appointment. And that's presumptively okay. So, whoever gets the backing of the majority of the convention delegates, whether it's Harris or somebody else, will officially get the party's nomination. It's not clear if Harris has that level of support among the thousands of delegates. We don't know. The delegates can go any way. They can vote. The delegates could all vote for Michelle Obama, right? They could all vote for Michelle Obama, technically, right? Technically possible. So is there going to be a way to sue the way out of this? Probably not. And once again, people mentioned in the chat, they've changed their party rules time and time again to allow more questionable things to happen, right? The Democratic Party specifically. Think about what happened to Bernie Sanders. Hypnotic and Rapture says Biden was against civil rights and hates predators. Well, yeah. Fierce Wolf says, I can't be the only young 20s male feeling like they're losing their mind these past 8 years. The lying and gaslighting has been insane, mainly from the Dems. Biden has been healthy and fine until now. Sure, guys, sure. No, it's been a lie. It's been a complete lie. And why would he step down unless he was unfit? And if he's unfit now, he's been unfit for the last 4 years or 3 years, right? He hasn't had some sudden decline. This is how he's behaved. We've all watched it. We've all, had to watch people telling us that this is not Weekend at Bernie's. And yes, he's not dead, but I mean, there's these speeches that, it's elder abuse. It's literal elder abuse to put him out there like a confused old man, just wandering around, not knowing where he's going, not knowing whose hand he's shaking or what direction to go, or just blubbering around and falling and tripping and just all this sort of stuff. And look, it can happen once or twice with anybody. I can trip, I can fall. Everybody can do that. Even healthy people can do that. But with Biden, it's just at such a frequency where it's a clear concern. And we have been gaslit by the media and certain folks that's saying, oh, no, it's all good. He's healthy. He's vigorous. He's better than Trump. He's healthier than Trump. No, like clearly not. Clearly not. Like if Biden had, taken a fall or one of the Secret Service had tackled him when someone was shooting at him, if someone was shooting at him, right? He wouldn't have got up for like an hour, man. He would have had it would have been a whole incident there, right? Of course, that wouldn't have happened because they would have done a proper security job if it was Biden, but it was Trump. So, there you go. But yeah, there's been a lot of gaslighting going. And that's why people are frustrated. Mechanicus Golden Gear says, remember, folks, don't commit Niji Sanji. Indeed. Also, I got to play this clip. This is a very hilarious meme, but it does have offensive language. So if you are easily offended, or if you are a person who is quite sensitive, you might want to take some time on this one. It is a little spicy. I'm not gonna lie. Not going to pretend it's not spicy. I like the spicy memes. I may be a little bit edgy, but this one's too good. I cannot not pour this. Obviously, guys, this is an AI deep fake. It's the deep fake. Okay. This is not real. This is a deep fake. So I got to be very clear that this is a deep fake. If you guys haven't seen this, oh, it's so good. So good.
My fellow Americans, I want to take a moment to address some of the hateful shit you've been talking about me. Many of you have said I am suffering from brain worms or that I have applesauce for brains. Well, I won't mince words, so here it is. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of faggots. End of quote. Repeat the line. So enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice. I really don't give two fucks anymore. Biden out.
I mean, you can clearly see, like, especially at the end there, you can clearly see like the lips, like look at the lips
Anymore. Biden out.
Like you can see the lips like clearly fake there, but it's still a pretty good deep fake. It's still a pretty good deep fake. Let Joe cook. Yes, let Joe cook. I actually, one of the things I said I love the AI presidents. If you ever seen the videos with like the presidents playing like Call of Duty or like playing FPS games, you know, and they're just like shit talking each other. Like they're just like, it's like Bush, Clinton, Trump, Biden, just all shit talking each other, right? It's great. It's great. So that one made me laugh. That was really good. That was really good. Garrett Pace says Ashley told him it was time to hit the shower. No. Oh no. Also, he didn't. Okay, some good comments here. People saying he's joining Vishojo. Thank you for that. Also, solid meme. Thank you, Not K, sending me some good memes here. This is it's a very solid, like, just right over the edge. Oh no, Kamala, no, Kamala, don't do it, Kamala. Good one. Poor Joe. He just wanted some ice cream, man. Just wanted some ice cream. Okay. Let me get this one here. Local enterprise broadcast says Biden has the coof. Biden is yet to withdraw on camera. Coof kills the elderly. Don't be surprised if we never hear from Biden again. He said he's gonna be back. He's gonna, make a statement. So, I mean, saying he's gonna make a statement is their statement, right? Like, but does he make it to the end of the week? That's the question, right? He may not make it to the end of the week. That may be something that does not happen. That does not happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me actually ask you guys a question because I'm really interested in what you guys think in the chat. And let me do a poll here. So I want to know you guys, who will be the Democratic nominee? So I know there's a couple people that are potentially in the running, right? So obviously we have Kamala, right? We have Michelle Obama, right? We have Gavin Newsom, who's an option, right? And then I'll just put other, right? So if you think it's going to be anybody else other than that, let me know, right? So I'm putting up a poll because I'm really interested in what you guys think. Because I think at this point, my one rumination here, and this is more me thinking, Machiavellian political machinations. But if they were going to, some of the other candidates, like Michelle Obama, or Gavin, if they want 2 years, like 2 terms back to back, it may not be best to run now and be best to run the next cycle when you're getting somebody fresh, you're getting somebody that's not Trump, right? Doesn't have that big Trump energy, that doesn't have that big power, big polling, right? So if you're going to run a Michelle Obama, you're going to run a Gavin Newsom, might be smarter to do it next cycle. So right now, just real quick, we have almost 300 votes. And 51% people, 52% think it's going to be Kamala, 17% think Michelle, 8% think Gavin, and 23%, which actually bigger than even Michelle, think somebody else. So a lot of people are not settled on this and are still thinking, hey, it's somebody else other than Michelle or Gavin, which is interesting. I mean, obviously in the memes, we mentioned Mr. Pete Booty Juice. I don't think he would get that nod. But Gavin Newsom, the problem with Gavin Newsom, and this is a big problem, is the mishandling of COVID and running so hard like against COVID and people remembering that. It's still in people's fresh memory. That's going to be a real taint on Gavin Newsom, as well as, you know, having a lot of laws that are offensive to people outside of the state of California, right? So if you look at a lot of the laws that are implemented in California, I think a lot of America, particularly the swing states, would have a problem with California type laws being implemented in the balance of the United States. I think there'd be some pushback on that, you know. Let's see here. Zahara, what's up, Azahara? Good to see you. If you put a major or champ Biden's dogs, they would probably get more votes than the other three combined. It's true. It's true. Unfortunately, a dog cannot be a candidate, unfortunately. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm saving some stuff for later. And you guys do have sent me some spicy memes that I cannot show, like the one of Harris in a certain position. I can't show that, guys. Sorry. I'm like looking at these memes people send me. I'm like, I can't cover that. Mistis Nakoto says there are states already pledging their votes to Kamala. That's crazy. But I've actually seen the Democratic chairs, like the party chairs, saying they've endorsed Kamala. So that kind of would imply that their delegates are going to go where the chairs pledge. So that would give Kamala the strongest presumption. And frankly, from a voter perception standpoint, you can argue that if you voted for Biden in the primary, so if you voted for Biden in the primary, you voted for Biden-Harris. So you technically kind of voted for Kamala, even though she's not at the top of the ticket. If you voted for Biden-Harris, you kind of voted for, like, Biden was presumptively going to pick Kamala Harris. So, you know, you kind of already did that. So in terms of like a public assent, you can like pass that. There's like the imprimatur, the veneer of legitimacy, but it's like a thin veneer. It's like when something is gold plated, but it's not really gold, or like just gold sprayed. It's like, there's a veneer there, right? Which I think can help them deflect some of the criticism. Ren Lockhart, welcome as a member of the RPG. Member stream coming up next, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to member streams. So just stay tuned, pay attention. Let's see. And the poll, let's see, we're still at 52%, 26%. I think it's other 15, Michelle, and 7, Gavin. Okay. 550 votes. Nice. So that, guys, that's what I had today. My voice is kind of a little rough today, so I don't want to go too long. But there is one thing I really want to point out, and that is I am going to be on a stream. And I'm going to be on a stream later this week with my friends, the Armchair Expert. So he came on my channel. And I said, hey, I'll go back on your channel, in reciprocity. So I'm going to be back on his channel in 2 days at 9:30 a.m. Bangkok time, which will be 10:30 p.m. in the U.S. And we're going to be talking transparency in journalism and unethical journalism and YouTube's issues with transparency as well. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that over there on this channel. If you guys want to check that out and go over there and give some love to Mr. Armchair, please go and do that. Smash a like on the button while you're waiting for that video. I'll be back then. My next stream will be a member stream. So look for that coming up. Maybe it'll be later tonight, my time. So it'll be tomorrow morning, or it'll be tomorrow at the exact same time as this. So just pay attention for that. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Also, Envious Yetis has been enjoying the videos and streams. Keep up the good work. Also, Fuamoko 2024. I think on that note of Fuamoko 2024, I can send you guys off with the long, long you go.
Long, long.